quiet day, which featured a lot of clouds and some occasional glimpses of sunshine. Temperatures once again below average by 12 degrees, but we have seen improvement with each passing day in terms of our afternoon high temperature. Today we climbed to the low 20s, should do better than that tomorrow after starting off at 10 this morning. 18 right now, so there hasn't been much drop off over the course of the evening. Skies mostly cloudy, humidity at 70%, and a light northeast wind at 3 miles an hour. As we take a look at wake up tomorrow morning, 15 degrees. By noon, should get up to about 25 degrees, and then we'll find our way into the upper 20s to near 30 by the end of the day tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies from start until finish, and I think we should get through both the morning and the afternoon rush hour unscathed, as any flurry activity that starts developing by 5 or 6 o'clock will likely do so south of I-70 and then start to expand north by the middle part of the evening, probably reaching the downtown Pittsburgh area by about 9 o'clock or so tomorrow evening. As we take a look at what's happening with the radar loop, you'll notice things are pretty quiet across the area. Again, there were a few spotty flurries in parts of the area today, didn't amount to anything. It'll be quiet tonight and through the daytime period tomorrow. High pressure, a little bubble overhead right now. That is going to shift and escape off to the north and east, and you'll watch the precip shield start working its way north again by 5 o'clock tomorrow near the Morgantown, Monongalia County area, and then it will continue to expand north over the course of tomorrow evening, and it's going to reach a point where it cuts off altogether. There's going to be a very sharp gradient to where the snow sets up and where there will be no snow whatsoever. And then it's going to pivot as low pressure then rides up the coast. That pivot will take place on Saturday. So when you wake up Saturday morning, there likely will still be snow falling, but it should come to an end in and around Allegheny County by about midday, and then it's going to take a bit longer for counties east, specifically Indiana, Westmoreland, Fayette County, and see snow tapering off in the afternoon. The overall setup, again, has that sharp gradient, but the general trend will be for less snow north and more south. And the totals that we have now could change if the track somehow does a last-minute adjustment as it works its way toward the mid-Atlantic coast. Here's what we have right now, though. 9 o'clock tomorrow through 5 o'clock Saturday, still 1 to 3 inches north of the city of Pittsburgh. Probably closer to the 1-inch value, if that, in Butler. Nothing in Newcastle. Beaver County, an inch or two, and 1 to 3 inches across the northern tier of Allegheny County. City of Pittsburgh, right along that 3 to 4 inch line, and then a swath of 4 to 6 that's going to include Latrobe, Greensburg, Washington, on down through the southern panhandle of West Virginia. And your highest totals, primarily Fayette and parts of Greene County, even highest elevations of Westmoreland County will get in that 7 to 10 inch range, and even higher totals in Garrett County, Maryland, where winter storm warning will be in effect tomorrow night and into Saturday. Locally, Allegheny, Washington, Westmoreland in a winter weather advisory. Mostly cloudy, 15 tonight, near 30 tomorrow, with mostly cloudy skies. That late day flurry opportunity south of I-70. Snow tomorrow night, then coming to an end west to east on Saturday. 30 degrees the high. Sunshine returns Sunday, 32. And look where we are early next week, up near 40 degrees with sunshine on Monday and a morning rain shower on Tuesday.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
So the pieces of the puzzle coming into clearer focus. The cold air clearly in place. 7-degree temperature now in Washington, 18 in Pittsburgh, 10-degree temperature in Butler. So we're not really looking at a warm-up per se coming our way, though we will see temperatures in the 20s tomorrow. We will stay below freezing. Winter storm or winter weather advisory in for Pittsburgh, Washington, Greensburg, Indiana. These are for lesser snow amounts, but still impactful snow coming into the area tomorrow afternoon. And areas south of I-70 just looking at some heavier snowfall. Winter storm warning, in fact, there working into the ridges of Westmoreland, Fayette County down to Morgantown. You just heard WVU already canceling classes tomorrow, and we're getting some delays or some early closings from schools locally. Here's the storm threat. Take a closer look so you can get a good look at it. The snow begins 2 to 7 o'clock tomorrow, working from south to north, and we're talking talking about Morgantown, Uniontown. You'll see it there. Could even sneak in a little earlier than that, pending how fast the system's moving. But at this point, the earliest it would get into Allegheny County would be between 5 and about 7 o'clock. So the evening commute will be impacted. Most intense looks to be tomorrow night into Saturday morning, with snow ending early morning for areas north of Pittsburgh, gradually fading away into the ridges, so northwest to southeast. And don't forget the Severe Weather Team 11 app. This is a great way to follow the forecast as we work our way through the next couple of days. Big picture look, here's the storm, kind of the 30,000 foot look, and it is taking up a lot of real estate, like working almost like a pump, pulling in a lot of moisture. And as that moisture rolls into the cold air, we will see the snow arriving, as I mentioned, as early as tomorrow afternoon for areas south of the city, and the evening commute for Pittsburgh. We've been struggling with the northern extent of this storm. That has been critical into who gets the heaviest snowfall and where that cutoff is. Now we're looking at these darker bands that the computer models are trying to get a handle on. And as we get closer to the system's arrival tomorrow, we'll be able to pin those down. But these are critical because the darker bands are more moderate to heavy snowfall areas where snow will accumulate faster. So we are looking at these bands just skirting southern Allegheny County, really locking into Westmoreland, Fayette, down into the ridges by Seven Springs, Hidden Valley. And then the back edge of the storm starts to slide southward. So that's the third part of the puzzle, how fast it starts to move out. All indications are a general 1 to 3 inch accumulation for areas from Pittsburgh north, 3 jumping up possibly to 4 to 6 before you exit Allegheny County. Washington, I could see 6, maybe 8 there, working up to about 6 inches in Greensburg, and areas south and east, you're upwards of a foot. So Scott Harbaugh is going to be your guy tomorrow morning. We get new data in about 1 a.m., so you'll want to catch that before you hit the door tomorrow morning, get the latest totals and the timing. I'll be back in early tomorrow afternoon. Valerie Smock in-house and Kevin Benson as well. 31-degree temperature Friday. We're looking at cold enough air for snow. Snow winding down Saturday, dry day Sunday. It's kind of the recovery with a warm-up in the offing for Monday and Tuesday. 38 on Monday, high Tuesday back to 39.
All right, Stephen, we know you've been working very cruising Latrobe safe.
On the northern fringe of this nor'easter as it moves through. So some of us are going to see a good amount of snow, especially the further southeast that you live and south that you live. The further northwest, you're going to get a pass on this one. Let's take a look at the temperatures outside right now. 18 degrees, winds northeast at 3 miles per hour. And as we take a look at the high temperature from earlier today, 22 degrees, well off the average of 36. 10 degrees, the low temperature, 11 below the average of 21 degrees. So let's take a look at it. This is the low pressure right here, centered just below Memphis, and that is going to track right up the Atlantic seaboard. You can see all the moisture that it has picked up once it has gone through the Gulf states. That it will intensify as it moves up to the north, which will make it expand as well, and that will bring snow up around Pittsburgh around 4 o'clock on Friday, just going through Morgantown and heading in our direction. Then as we go through Friday night into Saturday morning, this is 8 o'clock. So you can see we'll have a good deal of snow for a good deal of time as this moves through. Saturday at 8 o'clock, still seeing some snow. That will still be the case at 4 o'clock for many of us. And you can see that we are right on that northern and northwestern fringe of the snow. So the further southwest or southeast you are, the better chance you're going to be in the snow for a longer period of time, and obviously that means you will see higher snow totals. By the time we get late into Saturday, most of this is going to move off to the east. So we get into tomorrow, clouds begin to move in. By the time we get to around 3 o'clock on Friday, the snow makes it up to around Morgantown. Now it's moving from south to north. It's really going to take a slow progression to migrate up towards Pittsburgh. By the time we get to around 9, 10 o'clock, that's when I anticipate the snow getting up to Pittsburgh. And really, we've been seeing this line right through Allegheny County. And if you're in the snow, you're going to be seeing some fairly high snow totals. And if you're just above it, you're going to be completely out of it and not see much at all, little or no snow. So certainly northwest of Pittsburgh and north of Pittsburgh, you are going to be in pretty good shape. Everybody else is really going to be in the snow. Here's 6 o'clock on Saturday morning from Pittsburgh southeast. Everybody's still in the steady snowfall. By the time we get to noon, the snow starts to pull away. That low starts to pull off to the east. So Pittsburgh starts to become done with the snow, but everybody else southeast still seeing the snowfall until we get to around 6 o'clock on Saturday, and then it really begins to wind up. And as we take it into Sunday, we'll actually see a little bit of sunshine as we head through the day. So let's take a look at snowfall totals. The biggest snowfall totals through Washington, D.C., Virginia, West Virginia mountains, they're going to be seeing 1 to 2 feet or even more of snow. Again, we are on that northwestern fringe for snow totals. So in and around Pittsburgh, we're expecting 1 to 2 inches of snow in Pittsburgh and just to the north, 3 to 6 inches of snow through the metro area, just to the south, 6 to 12 inches of snow. Now, as you go further down to the southeast, down in Morgantown, you'll have a much better chance of seeing a foot of snow. And as you go southeast or towards the east into Maryland, you're going to have an even better chance of seeing a foot, foot and a half, possibly even 2 feet of snow. Now, keep in mind, this is a big system, and all it has to do is move 10 feet or so, and these numbers can just slide down, up and down a little bit. But right now, this is what we think we're going to go with as far as those totals around town. 14 degrees for your low temperature tomorrow morning, 30 degrees for your high tomorrow afternoon. Snow showers beginning from south to north, and then tomorrow night, 24 degrees and the snow moving in. Let's take a look at Saturday. The nor'easter with us, a high of 28 degrees. Sunday, partly cloudy and 29, and then we will have a chance of light snow Tuesday through Friday. Your 4-degree guarantee for tomorrow, 14 degrees.